look crazy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was anticipating what I was gonna look like, but then when the moment came for me to say something, I was like, "You look so ridiculous." But it's so cold right now, so I am just gonna be unapologetic, and I'm gonna wear my snuggie and drink my tea. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yes, Lord. Well, hello, Wingavo friends. Welcome back to the channel. Unapologetically Coco. Coco's here, and we are back with another video. I am so ready. I'm so excited. I hope that everyone today is just doing so well. I hope that you are going out in these streets living your best unapologetic lives, being unapologetically you, because that is all we need in the world. Can I get an A woman in the streets? Yes. Now, with today's video, y'all. So I was like kind of looking at my past videos, and I was like, okay, this is kind of giving sad girl fall, and we just don't have time for that. I mean, obviously, like I want people to like get to know me and see my healing journey, but I also there should be some balance. We need balance. Just gonna switch gears because I don't want you all just to think that I'm dying inside. Like, who wants that? There's so much more to this picture, and so today I wanted to just kind of chat and like give you a little insight on who I am as a performer. Should we do that? I think that we should do that. So I kind of talked about me as a dancer, and I always find it interesting as I look back on kind of my journey through dance, because it wasn't my first love. I didn't really find out that dance was a part of who I am and who I was until later in life. So I thought it would be really cool just to kind of give you a little overview inside on me. Book 3, Dancing with Coco. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna call it that. But so picture this. It's 1999. I think I was in 6th grade. I don't even remember. But I kind of had this young download as a kid, and I was like, oh, like I want to be in the arts in some level, some shape, some form. And I like one of the memories I have is of my one of my oldest sisters. She went to the U, and she had this talent show. They did this thing called African Night every year, and her and 3 of her friends created a dancing group called what are they called? Dancing. It was called Dancing Divas, and I remember y'all when I saw my sister and her 3 friends came out. One of them was like some professional dancer or who was trying to become a professional dancer at the time. They were giving Destiny Child realness when they walked out that stage. I remember being so gagged and so into it, and I was just like, what is happening? What is all this female power on stage? I was like, ah! I was so amped. I couldn't get over it. And they just had like these, I remember like these like rain jacket looking jackets on that were like see-through, but they were like lime green and lime orange. Lime orange, clear orange. And I remember telling my sister, I was like, I want to do that. Like, I want to like be on stage. I want to be creative. And that time I was a very shy kid. So I was like, I don't know what I was trying to prove because I was like, me on stage, that's actually like hilarious. Like, really. And I remember telling my mom, I was like, so, sis, I think I want to like take dance classes or like take gymnastics. Like I was kind of like hinting. At first I said dance class, then I was like gymnastics, and I was like, oh, like I think I also like acting and like singing lessons. Like I was very clear on the fact that I wanted to do something in the arts. However, she wanted to accommodate that. because it's her pocketbook. Let's make it work. This woman, bless her heart, love her, but it's not. It's like she didn't. It's like she like bypassed everything I said and put me in soccer. What? I for the life of me, I just don't. Till this day, I don't. I mean, yeah, like the shorts were cute. The matching long socks with the shirt was also cute. But I had played soccer, y'all, for 3 years. Me. No, it was honestly 3 years too long. And with the kicker, the issue is that was not I was not built for that lifestyle. Like I'm just not an athletic girl. Like yeah, I could do it for fun from time to time, but that's just not my calling. Okay, like some people are able to do that. That's not for me. And I remember the day that it ended, and the devil himself decided to put me center forward. And this boy, I, I don't know if they're eating their Wheaties at the time. I don't know if they're drinking their milk every single day and night. But he kicked the ball so hard in my eye, y'all. I thought I was gonna die. I just saw lights, and I remember after that game, I told my mom never again. I hung up my cleats so fast. I put those shin guards in the trash. I was like, I'm absolutely never will I ever enter a field again. Girl, you got me messed up. How in the world that I mentioned that I wanted to be an artist, and here I am, just out here running back and forth. And like that, whatever. I digress. My thing is, parents, listen to your children. They have an idea of things that might interest them. So please allow them the privilege, the opportunity to just go out there and be themselves because that's crazy. Because they're going to be out here getting concussed for no reason. God. Anyway, so after that traumatic moment of my life, I decided that okay, like I want to be an artist. I don't know what that means. I really don't even know. I didn't even have the word for that yet at the time. And by middle school, I was like heavily involved into musical theater and just theater in general. And my school was pretty cool because it was focused on the arts and science. It was an all year round school, and we were able to obviously like do like our general education, but then also we had times to like actually like focus and specialize in different art forms, like African dance, voice, and choir, all of those things. And I found theater and I fell in love with theater, especially musical theater, because you were able to sing, you were able to dance and act. Like those are all my favorite things. And it just brought everyone together. And I just remember after my first show, I played Rooster in Annie, my debut, and I loved it. I was that. See, that was the kind of energy. Okay, that's the kind of game I want to do. That's where you should catch me at kickoff. Like I was just enamored by the whole experience, and it changed the direction of my whole life. And so I was doing musical theater for a while, and I think, and I also with my school, like we had like talent shows where I kind of explored dance, like made up dance with my friends, but it just never in my mind was like, oh, I'm gonna be a dancer. Yeah, I was like, I have rhythm. Yes, I like, going to dance circles and like shaking my butt a little bit, doing a little twerk. But it wasn't anything that I was like, this is, I'm the next, non-binary Sierra. Like that just wasn't crossing my mind. Um, and so it wasn't until my junior year of high school when okay things started to kind of pick up, and I was like, this dance thing. One of my really good friends at the time, her and I were like, okay, like we need more representation within our white ass school, naturally. So we were like, oh my god, we should like find a way to start a step team. Because I've heard about other schools like De La Salle and Cooper High, which the way where they had really, really amazing step teams that were like taken seriously and people really, really enjoyed it. And so we did this whole thing. We got it all figured out. We talked to administration. We wrote like this whole petition, and it got approved. We were able to find an advisor for our team. We were able to find a coach, and they just kind of all just started to fall into place. And so by the time senior year started, we were like a full-fledged team. And I remember at the time people were just so gassed about it. But in my head, even then, I didn't even think of myself as a dancer, but I just remember like really just valuing the team and valuing learning new movement because I just pick up on choreography quicker, especially then. And it was just so much fun to just work as a team and really like becoming cohesive and learning a whole piece together. And obviously with like the step team, there was moments where we were able to break out and dance and like show like our energy and show our personality. And there was a song that I think we danced to. It was called Show Out. Oh, it's been a minute. I think it was called Show Out, where I had a little solo moment and I was able to like dance and like bring my energy, and everyone was just kind of raving about how I stood out and how energetic I was, and I was like, oh, okay, like maybe this is it. Maybe we should explore dance a little bit more. But I didn't take anything seriously. My step team continued, and I started just kind of moving my body as many places I could, like doing in musical theater with a step team, and just like kind of just practicing with friends on my own. But it wasn't until my freshman year of college where I started exploring dance seriously. And when I went to the University of St. Thomas, I really didn't know what to expect going into it. Obviously, in my head, it's like a Catholic institution. They're not known for the arts, they're known for business. So that's kind of where I was like, okay, I'm just going to go. I got this scholarship. You know, I like working with people. Go get my degree in psychology. That's kind of just like where I went. And funny enough, I almost, the spring semester of freshman year, transferred to La Crosse, University of Wisconsin La Crosse, because they had such an amazing theater program. And in my head, I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. Maybe I should go here and really like become an actor. Thank God I did not do that. Could y'all imagine me living in La Crosse, Wisconsin? It's a great place to visit, just not for me. Not for me at all. And LOL, the sun was like, bye bye. So we're gonna do a lamp because my ring light's packed up still and I haven't had the time to do that. So we're just gonna keep going. The show must go on. But yeah, I mean, when it came to St. Thomas, like dance just found me. They had this performing arts group that they called Pulse. That was really new. It like started like the semester before I started at St. Thomas, and I just remember, so clearly. They had like this Welcome Back Michael Jackson show, and you know, at that time, freshmen are like, I don't know what to do. Like, we're all best friends. Let's all just hang out and be friends forever. And so it was like this mob of us going to this auditorium to watch the upperclassmen perform. And y'all, when I tell you, I had that same feeling that I had when my sister performed. It was just like all of these beautiful humans coming together and just creating fun art, and they just looked like they were having so much fun. The music was great, the dancing was amazing, the costumes, the light, everything was just, it was like a production, and I was so here for it. And I remember telling one of my friends at the time, I was like, I'm definitely doing this. And yeah, and that was, the rest was history, because after that things kind of just aligned. You know, I found a lot of people who really pushed me, especially like when you're freshman year, like you feel like you're kind of in a shell, and Pulse definitely made me find who I am so much. Um, and after my first show, like I choreographed for the first time because one of my really good friends sought me out, and we just created a dance to Beyonce, Sweet Dreams. And I did so many fun, cool things that year, and I was like, oh my god, like this is unlike anything I've ever felt before. And so that freshman year, I was just really working, and it was like so legit. Like they had like auditions, and because within the group they have different pockets of ensembles that people were able to kind of, if they picked your interest, you go out and audition for it, and it was just so legitimate. And I remember my spring semester freshman year where that's kind of when my whole brain shift. I like had an aha moment where I was like, this, no, this is it. Dance is where you need to be. And I just remember I brought like all of my high school friends, and my best friend's parents came, and I remember my best friend's dad was like, they should like pay you guys for this. This was legitimately a production. And I remember that first time I performed where I was just able to be whoever I wanted to be. And I felt so comfortable and confident and sexy and strong. And that's where I was like, this is exactly where I need to be and exactly what I need to be doing for the rest of my life. Now, the best thing for me about being a dancer and dancing and finding myself during that time, it was like I was having a lot of huge milestones, huge learning lessons at that time. And I wasn't really big on journaling. I really hated writing like that. And so when things were in a disalignment, or if I was feeling really down or my emotions were all over the place, dance was always the thing that could ground me. It was my form of expression. It was my form of therapy. It was my diary. I was able to literally be whoever I wanted to be. I could portray whatever I wanted to be. I was able to embody any emotion, joy, fear, heartbreak, insecurity, anxiety, sadness, depression, whatever. It was literally anything. And especially when you're 19, like you can be really stubborn and self-centered, and it was just a way for me to access all of these emotions that, one, maybe I was too scared to even really go there, or two, like actually was able to even just pretend and like heal for other people. um but I just remember dance coming into my life when I really need it. um when I just turned 19, one of my really, really good friends from high school took their own life. And that was my first encounter with loss, my first real introduction to what it means to grieve. And w- was so confused onto how to move forward. I had all of these emotions and I didn't know how to deal. It was like hard to go to class. It was hard for me to engage in anything. There's so much guilt that I just never felt before. And I remember the day, it was either the day of or the day after I found out, and there was a dress rehearsal for a performance, a showcase that we had. And I was almost did not go. And my friend, my fairy god sister, who I'll talk a lot about, she encouraged me to still come. She said, obviously, like take the time that you need, but she said, I feel that it would be really good for you to at least try and be around people that love you. And so I went to the dress rehearsal, and she was so right. It was like, I think it was the message of the song, and the dance that we were doing was like a partner dance, and it's all about like trusting in um, your partner, and really like allowing yourself to be vulnerable, and like having them hold you up during tough times. And I was able to dance that same dance, but it meant so differently to me. And I was able to just channel all of these emotions that were kind of building up, and I just let it all out on the floor. And it was so, I can't get emotional just thinking about it. It was just like the most therapeutic, the most beautiful, enriching feeling you could ever feel, is letting yourself go to those places. And you could do that through dance. And I recognize that I am the type of person who needs to express themselves artistically to get things out. And so I did a whole suicide awareness show where I was able to just curate my own show with the people that I wanted to be a part of it, with the dancers, the musicians, the actors, the poets, whoever, to come through and like share. And it was so beautiful because like unknowingly, I think this was all just in alignment where each person had a connection to suicide, a connection to mental health issues. Like it was just across the board, and we all came together for this important message. And it, I like won awards for it. And I just remember like after I performed that show for the first time, that's when I was actually able to grieve my friend, and I just wailed. I was so like, it was just like releasing everything that was bottled up. And I remember all my friends that kind of circled around me, and we just kind of all hugged each other and cried. And it was just one of the most beautiful experiences because that's what the art does, and that's what dance has done for me so many times. Um, and through dance, I've made lifelong chosen family that I've known for over a decade. If it wasn't for dance, like I wouldn't have connected with one of my best friends who you saw on my live stream, like NJ. NJ came into my life just in time and brought me and my cousin to come together and just kind of change what performing as black queer bodies look like. And we were able to just create so much together. And because of him, I had so many amazing opportunities in Minneapolis to perform on these massive stages, and some very small stages too. We started out humble, and and connected me to so many amazing humans that gave me crazy opportunities to perform at huge festivals or massive venues and doing crazy music video shoots that I could have only dreamed of. And that's all like the power of connecting people through the art. And I'm just so grateful because I have had such a beautiful career during this time, and it's all just been fun. Like I've been blessed with great mentors that have challenged my movement. Shout out to Amanda Levesque, Alyssa Paris, oh, Sister Patricia, Tamiko French, and just so many of these powerful, especially powerful women and powerful femme energy that have really allowed me to just explore myself. And I was able to explore my trauma and explore my body in ways that I never really could have imagined it could go. Um, and I just feel very fortunate and feel very blessed that I'm able to dance and I'm able to move and I'm able to move others through my movement. That was that was a mouthful. Because it's my happy place. It's literally my happy place. And um, I think going through this panorama and like having to take a pause on dance, it was so hard for me. And I was wondering, I was like, I don't understand why I'm so anxious. I don't understand why I feel so unmotivated. I just like, everything just seemed so bleak. And I was like, because I haven't moved through anything. I haven't moved my body through all of the pain and all of the tragic mishaps in my life this past year. I was just kind of sitting with it and like not allowed to like be able to dance and let go. It was so hard for me. And when I was finally able to go to dance class, it was like a switch, and it was just everything. And for that 1 hour, I was able to focus on the one thing that just gives me so much joy. It just made so much sense. Um, and and now I'm just trying to make a vow. Like I feel like I added a lot of pressure to when it comes to dance. Like, oh, I need to be dancing backup for these high end stars, and I need to be performing all around the world. And I've just lost the basics of just the pure love of it and the pure joy that it gives me. And if those opportunities come, that's great. And if it doesn't, at least I'm having fun. And I think that's where, as I move on with dance now, and as I show you guys kind of the things I've been working on, which are super exciting, I'm re-falling in love with dance as well, which is kind of part of like, you know, falling in love with myself, reconnecting with who I am. And I'm trying my hardest not to put pressure on the things that are important to me, but just letting it flow and just letting it come to me. And so I just, you know, I'm going to start getting back into dance classes again. I am working on this project that I've been working on the past year, which I'm super excited. I have a wonderful team of people who, you know, really want to see this amazing project come to life. It's gonna be super, super vulnerable because, like, what do you expect from me? Um, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to just get back at it and, you know, just fall in love, fall in love, fall in love with every aspect of it. Um, and yeah, I'm really hopeful. Now that the sun's officially gone and I look like I'm in the scene of The Shining, I'm gonna wrap this up because its lighting is kind of terrifying. I do want to know though. So as I work with like different projects, just kind of getting back into the field of dance. Would you guys like kind of want to see some behind the scene moments? I've been also thinking about posting some old dance videos that I've worked on as well. I wasn't sure like do people actually care? So let me know in the comments if you kind of just want me to share more behind the scenes, old previous projects that I've done. Hear me talk about some stories about how dance has impacted my life, because that'll be really helpful as I kind of start, you know, figuring out how I want to format this whole experience for everyone. But I definitely, as this new project that I'm working on starts to um, become more solidified, I'm definitely going to do some behind the scenes stuff with that. But just in general, let me know. And also, please, my beautiful, beautiful friends, please hit the like button. Please comment away. If you haven't watched my other videos about heartbreak and just kind of like my journey with that, I would appreciate it if you shared it, comment, share your stories as well. If you have any passions, write that down in the comment as well. I would love to hear about kind of what gets you up in the morning, gets you going. Love to hear about everyone else's passions as well. But until then, let me turn this off. I'm so excited. I have so many other videos coming up that I'm really excited to hear what people may think about it because I'm just kind of giving you guys some more insight. We're peeling some more layers. So until then, y'all, be kind, be compassionate, be fierce, and be unapologetically you because that is all we need in this world today. Yes. Stay warm out here in these streets because we're getting cold. I'm gonna drink my tea and mind my business, okay? I love you all. Stay tuned for the next video. Bye.